Hey, this is Jason Kanigan for Make Space Boring, the quick show about who I'm meeting and what I'm learning about in the space field. We've got a bunch of stuff happening here. I'm about to get on with Jess Sponable. It's pretty early in the morning. It's early for him too. He's a past DARPA program manager, and he works for the Air Force, and I've been waiting for this episode for a long time. I think we booked in like November. We've had to go up through the chain of command and get this approved by the Air Force, so we're going to be running the rails for this interview, but it's pretty exciting because he's had a 7-year period managing contracts at DARPA and has a lot of great stories to tell, and then a lot of Air Force experience as well. I can tell you when we got that PDF back with the approved for public release line across the bottom from the Air Force, that was pretty cool. So I'm going to be talking with him in about half an hour. Yesterday I met with Eldrige De Melo. He is a ground station operator at the Anglolan Space Program. Right now he's in Toulouse, France, getting a master's degree in the space-related field, and you'll have to wait to see the episode to find out what that is. We had a great discussion about ground station operations, which was a topic I knew nothing about, and so I went and found a ground station operator to tell me. And now I have a really clear idea of the human resources and organizational structure. Yesterday I did a quick recording also with Dr. Gordon Roesler for Make Space Boring News. I'll link to that below. You can go watch this now in like the 12-week gap that we're seeing with the Cold Star Project full format episodes. He has recorded a full episode with me, but we're going to have to wait for that one. But this episode, I wanted him on because DARPA approved or got a contract partner for their robotic servicing of geo satellites program. So this is very cool because Dr. Roesler started work on this program as a DARPA guy, and then his successor has now gotten somebody in place to operate the thing. And it's kind of a deal where if a company builds the bus for this kind of robotic satellite, it can go up and fix other satellites, then DARPA will give them the technology on the robotic side. And so what this does is it opens up whole new opportunities, maybe an entire area of economic infrastructure, right, where products and services that we haven't even thought of yet will get invented. So it was pretty exciting, and I wanted to have him on because obviously he's personally involved in the whole thing. So we did about 9-10 minutes of discussion on that. So go check that out. This week's full format episode of the Cold Star Project is with Mike Maloney. He is the founder, among other things, of Satellite Design for Recovery, which is an advocacy organization. He's out there beating the drum intelligently about the need to mandate engineering for some sort of method to capture and dispose of satellites at the end of their life. Otherwise, we're going to have this debris field of metal stuff floating around out there in orbit. And that's no good for anybody. And there's no sense of responsibility right now. It's kind of, why should I care? And it's so expensive to launch anything, to go up there and get them, it's like, So he makes a good case for why dealing with the problem now and at the root is really important. So again, that's the full format Cold Star Project podcast and video show that is out now. I will be meeting next week. I'm talking about him because he bumped me today saying, hey, what's going on? And those of you who have been on the show know that I leave everything to the last minute and prepare seconds before the show. So we got into a little discussion this morning about what's the topic, and he is an operational excellence guy. He's written a book. I've got it right here. It's called State of Readiness: How to Prepare Your Organization for Operational Excellence. This is operational excellence as a precursor to becoming a high-performance organization. This topic is very near and dear to me. I'm an operations management factory manager trained guy. I know all about this stuff, and I want to bring that to the space field because it is sorely needed. Our technical engineering advisor, Dr. Rick Fleeter, likes to say that stuff, the operational excellence and project management stuff, is 80% of the project. The engineering stuff, the stuff you can see, is 20%. This 80% is invisible. And yet it makes up the majority of the project, just like dark matter makes up most of the universe, right? So, in theory. So, I'm going to get some astrophysicists and physicists arguing with me, one way or the other, on this thing. And that will be good for the show. Any attention is good attention, right? We've got some really good guests coming up next week's episode of the Cold Star Project that comes out is with Dr. Jonathan McDowell of Harvard Smithsonian. He has the Chandra satellite was a big topic of discussion. I remember we recorded this on Christmas Eve, and it's now March 10th, so there's that gap again. I don't know what to do about it, but it exists. But that was a very cool discussion. He is a genuine astrophysicist and keeps track of all these satellites. He's got one of the best databases around of what's up there and what's happening. And you can follow his Twitter feed, and he's really into watching the launches and recording what happens with them and commenting on them. So Jonathan McDowell, next week's Cold Star Project episode. But check out Mike Maloney on this week's, and I will see you Thursday.